Zlatan fact. Zlatan says no Zlatan fact today. Instead, we're going to watch the craziest game of the season. So, let's pause it here. We were playing at home versus Sampdoria, and this happened. And this is completely and utterly insane. It was a madness of a game. So first, we have Castillejo on the right flank, getting into the box. And a decent, nice lead there by Kronic. Then, we follow that one up, Jedwai. And the ball reaches Gagliardini, and he scores. We have 2 goals against none. And then, we haven't even played 20 full minutes when Rebic links up with Milik and scores with 3 goals up, and we haven't played for 20 full minutes. But then, things were about to change. Sampdoria, first they did this, and then they did this, and then they got a corner and did this. So we are still in the first half. Both teams have scored 3 goals each, and then just before halftime we scored goal number 4, and this is insane. 4-3 in the first half. 7 goals in the first half. But this wasn't everything, because then we had the second half, and it began all again. The hat-trick for Milik. Now we have 5 goals against 3, and then they score. Now it's 5 goals against 4. So yeah, 9 goals in this game, and it was back and forth, and it was just pure madness. We saw the hat-trick from Milik. It was just crazy. Let's take a look at today's episode. We're going to start with the league. We are topping the table, and as you can tell, it's very, very close. We have Juve right behind us. We have Inter right behind us. We even have Lazio right behind us. And today we're going to go for a very difficult game, because we are playing Inter at their turf. So it's a away game. And if we lose this here, all of these teams, at least the first Juve and Inter, can overtake us if they win. And Lazio, I mean, they are not far behind either. It's a very, very difficult situation. And as you can tell, we are playing the early kickoff. In the late kickoff, both Juve and Lazio will be playing. And we are going to, after the game, we're going to take a look at those results to make sure that you don't leave. Stick around so you get those. This way we're going to start, nothing special. Hage sail out for 10 days. Game on. And of course, there's a lot of quality in the Inter team. We don't need to say that. So many good players that we know very, very well. And that's the kickoff. And we have the first highlight cleared by their defense. But then we have Theo on the left flank going towards the box. Nice challenge. And I feel like Ibrahimovic should have been able to do that one better. Or it was actually Alexis, I believe. Oh, instead we see Martinez, but Donnarumma with a great save. And it looks like we are going to be safe for now. Another highlight, we see Conte with a throw-in. Alexis back to Conte. And where's this one heading? Alexis loosens that one. Tonali picks it up. Changing flanks, a lot of room here for Theo. Into the box, but oh my god, that was a terrible finisher by Theo Hernandez. 1 minute of extra time. And I would say I'm pretty okay with this first half. Looking at statistics, we're dominating. Looking at the highlights, we got more highlights than them. We're doing pretty well. And I'm actually, of course we want to win, but I'm still pretty okay with a draw away versus Inter. Because looking at the last 2 games, we are up against weaker opponents. We are most likely going to be able to take 6 points after the last 2. So a draw here, I mean we want to win, but a draw is not a terrible result. Let's get out here for the second half. We see a corner for Inter, it's Sensi with the corner. And it's cleared. Sensi gets another try. Back for what? And it is Christian Eriksen. It's only his 3rd goal of the season. Of course, it's going to happen against us. This is not great. And this is not what we were looking for. I mean, we were looking pretty good when it came to chances with the highlights, with the statistics. But then all you need in Football Manager is 1 chance. This is bad news for us. So Let's go to the drawing board. And let's go with a central attacking midfielder. Going to bring up Benacer and Tonali like that. But nothing at all seems to be happening. Let's go attacking. And then I think it's time for some subs. Let's focus on the ones with really bad rating. I have quite a few of them. And Liao, oh my god, 6.2. How I wish Hage was on the bench right now, but he is injured. I'm going to go in with Diaz instead. Ibrahimovic, 6.2. Let's bring in Milik. We know Milik is in goal scoring for shape. I mean, he scored a hat-trick in the last game. And then I think we're going to go with Conte, with that body language, with that rating. Let's bring in Jedwai instead. Still nothing. Oh, actually, we are getting a highlight here. You see Jedwai with the possession, Kessier. Tonali, Kessier. And, oh, that was so close from Theo. Hit the post. I think now we are starting to get desperate here. Let's go. We have a few very tight players. Let's go to strikers. Going to replace Benacer with Rebic. And then we also going to use him as a pressing forward. No, complete forward maybe. And then we're going to bring out Alexis and bring in Castillejo. And Castillejo we're going to change around for an inverted winger. But still, nothing happens. We have 4 minutes of extra time. Clock just ticks on and on and on. And this feels so unfair. Yes, we might not deserve to win. But I feel like we definitely deserve a draw. This is... I wouldn't mind losing if they were the better team. And I felt like, yeah, they deserved it. But this one, we were definitely as good as them. But now we need to go ahead so we can check out the results from the other top teams. So Juve managed to beat Sampdoria, unfortunately. And let's see who else. Lazio also managed to beat Napoli. So none of the results went our way. And we can also tell that the league table haven't updated yet. It will update the next day probably, because we see the results, but we don't see an updated table. So you need to add the 3 points to those teams. But let's take a look at the future to see what the future has in hold, because there's 2 games left to play. And we know that we are up against weaker teams. So let's see where our opponents... Inter are playing... Oh, this is a huge game. A draw there would be fantastic for us. And then we see that Lazio are playing away versus Atalanta. This is a very tough game for them too. Could definitely end up costing them points. And then in the final round, we have Inter versus Napoli. We have Lazio versus Bologna. We have, let's see, Juve away versus Torino. So this is, we definitely still have the chance. And we have, I mean, look at this. We have the easier opponents. We are playing Spezia, and they are in the bottom of the table. And we're also playing Torino in the middle of the table, and we are playing them at home. These are 2 games that we could be winning. Yeah, this is very, very exciting, because I feel like the next episode is going to be the last episode of the season, when everything unfolds, and I think it's going to be all the way up to the last game of the season to decide if we win the league or not. Make sure to don't miss the next episode. Thank you for watching.